Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I've spoken a lot on the gang history of both the Spanish Cobras and the Latin Kings, and I think two videos on the Maniac Latin Disciples. I wanted to do another video in regards to one of the things that happened to me, or some of the things that I witnessed actually when I was growing up. Things that I noticed when I was in eighth grade in middle school, ninth grade, and 10th grade, when I was in high school at South Division. Now, this is around 1987, 1988, and 1989, around there, around that time period. I was about from age 15 to 17 or whatever, like that. Things that I noticed with some friends of mine that I knew as a kid that became affiliated with the Latin Kings. And like I said before in previous videos, that most of the Latin Kings that I knew and grew up with were JKs, what they call Junior Kings. Most of them. The more regular Latin Kings, I didn't really know that well. I knew some of them, but not as much as the Junior Kings because of age difference. You know, my older brother, though, and other people that I knew that were older than me in my old neighborhood knew just about all the Latin Kings as well as the junior ones. There was a lot of stupid shit that I witnessed. Um, I mean, this is during the time, even when the Spanish Cobras didn't were like at when their power over their the turf that they had, the control of the turf they had was when before their fall, before when they lost to the Latin Kings. Most of the battles were over colors. And I remember when I was a kid growing up around that time in the mid 80s to late 80s, a lot of people, even people that were not affiliated with either Latin Kings or Spanish Cobras, but even if you were to wear the wrong colors and you were walking down the street, you would get jumped or even messed with. And I remember at one time there was, I never witnessed it, but I heard as a rumor with some people when I was in the old neighborhood that a couple of kids that were they were into GI Joe. I mean, really into GI Joe, and then they they were acting out scenes from from certain episodes, and one of them yelled out "Cobra" out loud because he was going into character, from the episode. He was like "Cobra," and then some Latin kings that were nearby heard him, and I guess you could pretty much figure out what happened after that. And people get beat up and harassed over stupidity like that. And even if and there was this one time, I believe it was either 89 or 90, around there, or I never witnessed it, but I heard about it. There was these two guys that I knew through my older brother. They were goofing around in the hallway in South Division. I think either right before or after lunch, their lunch hour. And then before they were going into the lockers, they were just goofing around, like play fighting, and then they were acting out, you know, in character of a kung fu movie. They were just like going like this, and just and making sound effects as they're trying to hit each other and stuff like that. And there was this one guy named Gama, who was a Latin king, who had a brother named Lefty, who was also a Latin king. And Gama and a couple of his friends were walking down the hall, and they saw these two guys play fighting, and then they happened to see one of them. This guy, I think his name, I forgot who was doing what, but one of them was just going like this, like the snake style, going like this, doing snake, just goofing around, acting out like a fight scene from a kung fu movie. Gama saw him do that from a distance, and he thought he was representing. I mean, come on, he thought he was representing the Spanish Cobras just by doing that. And then he got in his face, and he got stupid with him, and then he was saying, "No, no, no, man, we're just goofing around, man. We're playing play fighting, pretending kung fu." And even all through all his explanation, even when he explained himself, when he fucking just told him, "No, we were just goofing around. What the fuck?" He still didn't believe him, and he still wanted to fight him right there. Now, either he was fucking stupid and just didn't understand, or maybe he didn't believe him, but he didn't. He was so much into like wanting to fight people and hit and beat them up, whatever. He just didn't care. He just wanted to do it just for the fun of it. I don't know which one is true, which reason why he did what he did or wanted to do, but it doesn't really matter either way. He got stupid with him. There was no fight though, of course. They knew each other, kind of, more or less. And then, even though it almost came to a fight, I guess a security aide in a hallway pretty much broke it up. And there was a lot of people that I knew that got harassed and beat up just because they were wearing the wrong colors. One kid was wearing black and green because of a design of his shirt, and he got beat up because of it. The fucking ignorance that I saw from a lot of these junior kings, from what they did, and it makes you want to smack sense into them and stuff like that. I never got messed with or whatever. I never wore the wrong colors or whatever, and I was always conscious of it because I could have. I mean, even if I would have walked in with a dressy shirt and I was wearing black and green, chances are I would have gotten fucked with. So even though I never did that, I was mostly into like like wearing regular street clothes and dressing kind of preppy, and with a nice shirt and sweater vest, and I was pretty much a nerd. I'm not gonna show you any pictures of me, but but that was pretty much what happened, and I just wanted to let you know some of the stupid shit that a lot of these people did, and it just goes to show you how naive and how dangerous it is for anybody just for wearing the wrong colors, or for goofing around and saying stuff like that, like the GI Joe thing when the kid was yelling out Cobra, or someone, or even one time in the when I was by UCC, the United Community Center. For those of you who are familiar with that, with Square Park and UCC, the United Community Center was across the street. Um, I was at this festival at the park, and then I was just goofing around, going like this, kung fu stuff, like going like this, everybody was like, how people just goof around. I did the same thing. I did like the snake style, going like this, because where I was talking about kung fu styles, tiger, dragon, doing the dragon sign, going to whatever the dragon head, and the kung fu things that I knew that I was familiar with when I was growing up. And then when I did the snake style like this, a friend of mine was saying, "Don't do that here, man." And right away, I just didn't realize it. I didn't realize it at first. I'm like, "Oh shit! The last thing I need is for some some of the Latin kings that I knew to get the wrong idea." Maybe nothing would have happened. Maybe, I don't know. But knowing how stupid a lot of them are and and the things they did, it wouldn't surprise me. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And any comments, questions, whatever, more than happy. And to all of you, take care.